So tell me, this looks like super sharp, and yet the background seems like soft and nice. Yeah. I mean, it's like it pops
absolutely,
out.
Absolutely. And this is because we shot that wide open on the 35mm in the bright sun, and this is very unusual. And this can only work on full frame, because only full frame the sensor is big enough that you get a distinct difference in terms of depth of field in this kind of long shot. So this is new territory. They're quite light, actually. Yeah, they're light.
Oh wow, they're super light.
We have locations that are a big challenge in terms of a incredible dynamic range the lenses must cope with in the FF full frame format. We want to see how their dimensionality is evolving. We want to see how they cope with very hot backgrounds in terms of flare and sharpness. We want to see how they deal with skin tones, especially in terms of cosmetic feel. So this is all, the reason why we set up this project. It's not like that every lens out there renders, because it's saying 35mm focal length on it, it renders equally. So there are lenses which are particularly flat and other lenses which show a distinct feel of 3D, three-dimensionality. We cinematographers and directors love three-dimensionality because it draws us much more into the picture, like for instance flatness, but then there are times when you want flatness. So it's always good to have choices, but the Sumire Primes are especially well suited when you're looking for dimensionality. When you grab a Sumire Prime, you immediately discover that they are very lightweight. Then you feel the build quality, which is, well, I would describe cine professional. Then you will find that I have an open f-stop between 1.3 and 1.5, which is high speed, super speed. Mount-wise, you can mount them on PL, or you can have them interchangeable with an EF mount. So they're prepared for any kind of full format production. 90 degrees, 180 degrees. It's just about, I think, it's 300 degrees. We went through the paces with the lenses in a run-and-gun style. So we were really relying on nailing the focus manually while operating the lens and the lens and the camera, and while shooting. So there was no measurement, there was no focus pullers, all operator handled, and that went well. Astonishingly well. And then to add to this, they have a very short distance. So for instance, the 40mm radical wide angle is almost a macro lens.
The flares are so nice and round, and is that part of like the...
That's part of the design, I think. It's even more pronounced in this long shot.
Oh wow, look at this.
Look at this.
That is beautiful.
This is a long shot where you see all the dimensionality these lenses can deliver. So what happens here is you've got the sun. This is the sun. Wow. And it's not burning badly because, this is due to the fine dynamic range and the wide roll-offs of this C700. But then you see this very, very nice flares here.
Round.
They are tack sharp. It's all shot wide open.
This is sharp. This is sharp. And now
this is sharp, but the tree is out of focus.
So softly out of focus, and then it gets more and more out of focus. Nice. You still see it's above the clouds. Yeah.
Chromatic aberration is there, but just a tad, and it is very, very well controlled. The spherical aberrations, like for instance barrel distortions, there's nothing to see in the lenses. This is absolutely well done, especially the 40mm is a virtually rectilinear lens that gives you the wide shots which don't barrel distort at all. Very, very harsh contrast. If you turn back, right, you will see what's happening, okay? So if you turn back again to me, okay, this is about difference about 5 to 8 stops, something like that, okay? So we are not also testing the lenses and how they halate. With such a light, we're also testing the dynamic range of our camera, the C700 FFPL. With the Sumire Primes, they have a very nice round bokeh. This is because the iris is very round shaped, and Canon put a lot of effort into this to create a nice bokeh. Even bokeh lovers, people who really love to shoot all the time bokeh, will have a nice experience. Yes, it's a painting. You just let them go. You just let them go. Just let them go. These lenses are kind of modern interpretation of the best vintage lenses out there. They deliver plenty of sharpness, but they still have this kind of, well, vintage personality. And that is what many, many of us are after.